Hey, I'm Corkbulb, and welcome to DOSbox. This is a DOS emulator. It's a very old version, from like 10 years ago, version 0.74. I think they're up to like 9.4 or whatever. But I got the attitude where if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And tonight, I am going to be showing off this emulator and playing some of the original Doom back from when I was a kid in 1995. Now, the new Doom game is coming out soon. If it's not out already, I think it comes out tomorrow. But anyway, I don't think my computer is going to be powerful enough to play the game, let alone record it. So I'm going to be playing the original Doom, and the original Doom is very nostalgic to me. It's highly sentimental, and I have a lot of good childhood memories where I played Doom and watched my father play Doom. And I want to showcase off how Doom would have looked on back in the day when I played it and how it originally ran on DOS. Believe it or not, there was a time before Windows, and this is how my computer used to boot up. And when I had an old 486, my dad's 486, he had Windows 95, I think, at the time. There was Windows 3.1, but a lot of computers ran on DOS, and DOS stands for Disk Operating System. It was a Microsoft program, and you ran it. There was no Windows. You had to type in commands on the keyboard, and like this, you had to type. You had to know what you were typing, and you ran programs like that by typing in commands, changing directories using commands, and there was no way to like browse for files. You had to actually list. You had to press dir, I think, to list directory, which would give you a list of the files in the area, in the directory you were in. And there are a lot of Doom emulators out there. A lot of them add new features, such as being able to look up and down, jumping, higher graphics, extra save files, lighting, particle effects, all kinds of stuff. However, the sound effects and music is usually very different in these emulators because of the MIDI files that were used for the music and sound back in Doom. So I want to show off how to use this emulator, and if you have the original Doom files, you can use those files to play Doom with this emulator, DOSbox. You simply download it, you go through the installation process, and you run DOSbox.exe, and it will bring up this thing. Hold on, let me type help. No, anyway, yeah, so this is basically a list of basic DOS commands. In order to run Doom, you have to mount, quote unquote, a directory, which basically means make it virtual in the emulator. So I want to mount my games directory, so I have to do mount C colon backslash, and I'm going to do games. That's where Doom is located. So now C drive is mounted as local directory C games. So now DOSbox has access to C games, and that's where my Doom game is located. Back in the day when you installed games, there were no program files. It was usually C games, C programs, C operating, whatever the there were simple file names. Because of the way DOS works, you can't actually type in names of folders that are longer than 8 characters. For example, if you want to type in Windows, you have to type in, well, Windows will fit. But if I want to do like, let's just say I want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't actually do 7, 8, 9. It won't fit. So what I have to do is I have to put tilde 1. Ooh, how do I tilde? Tilde 1. And that'll be the first file in alphabetical order with those first 6 characters, and then tilde 1, and then tilde 2. It's all alphabetical. Anyway, that's just technical DOS stuff. So what we have to do is go into the C directory, C colon. That'll change the prompt to C colon, and then we have to do CD for change directory, Doom, and now we're in the Doom directory, and we will run Doom by pressing enter. This is how the game would have booted up. Ooh. And this is exactly how it would have looked and sound running under Doom, running under DOS back in 1995. Now, some fun facts about Doom while we play. Doom was developed by id Software. Yes, it is pronounced id. I used to call it ID when I was a kid. I didn't know. Id as in the ego, superego, and the id. The program was revolutionary at the time. Back in the late 80s, early 90s, there was no 3D graphics. there were no video cards back then. They didn't have graphic acceleration until the Pentium 1 came around 1995, 1996. And OpenGL, I don't think, came around until 1996. Video cards back then were a novelty add-on, and video cards back then would look for the processor at certain patterns in the processor and would take it over. Um, Back in those days, computers were several megahertz in clock speed, and they were extremely slow, and they didn't have the processing capabilities to process full 3D graphics. these these intro demos are very, very, very nostalgic, very sentimental. I used to watch these over and over and over again. Um, so what John Carmack came up with, um, Doom is accredited to being like the father of first-person shooters. Doom was a successor of id Software's Wolfenstein 3D, which was a raycaster game. That basically means that to process up and down, the floor and ceiling had to be the same height, all walls had to be the same thickness, and you couldn't look up and down, you couldn't have variation in height. And what it did was basically it would scan a line straight from the camera, and when it hit a wall, it would determine how far away the wall was based on how many tiles it was, and then it would draw the 3D graphics like that. But you can't have up and down, you can't have variations in floor height or ceiling height, and all walls had to be perpendicular to one another, and they had to be the same thickness. Doom is a bit more complicated. It does have a pseudo 3D engine. All the processing of the game, the processor, if you were to look at Doom in the processor, it's all two-dimensional. 3 dimensions, the third dimension is processed separately. Now, Doom has several high-tech graphical features at the time, such as variations in floor and ceiling height. You can have walls that are non-perpendicular to one another. They could be at any angle. However, all floors still had to be perpendicular to the floor, and you can't have slanted floor or ceiling surfaces. It had a variable lighting system. Up until Doom, all games had the same lighting all throughout. And Doom, you could assign up to 32 different brightnesses onto the different rooms, and it had triggerable events. Walking over certain areas caused certain doors to open, and certain elevators. Doom has elevators. The floor and ceilings can go up and down. However, you can't have horizontally moving surfaces, such as sliding doors. You can only have doors that go up and down, and elevators that go up and down, because of the way that the Doom engine works. So I'm not going to go into too much technical detail, but Doom was basically a revolution at the time, and it was extremely popular. Yes, there was a time before internet, back in the early 90s. I remember when I was growing up, there was basically, I remember advertisements for the World Wide Web, and it was a spider in the middle of a web, and it says, "Coming soon, World Wide Web, access information at your fingertips." And up until then, you had to manually log on to websites by typing in the URL or IP address, and it was mostly bulletin boards and discussion forums. There wasn't no game FAQs. There was no YouTube. There was no like way to look things up. And Doom was originally released as shareware. The first episode was free to download, and if you liked the game, you could call id Software or send them a letter in the mail. We actually used paper mail back then, and you would order a copy. Now, this is the original Doom, the very first Doom game that came out. Doom 2 was basically just an add-on to Doom. They really didn't do much to the technology. And then id Software came out with the Quake engine, and Quake 2, Quake 3, and then Return to Castle Wolfenstein was popular. And then they came out with Doom 3 in 2004, and then they had Doom 4, Doom 2016, and now they have technically Doom 5, which is Doom Eternal. So anyway, the game could be played with a mouse, but I always used to play it with keyboard. And use the arrow keys to move, use control to fire, space to open doors and activate switches, and the period and comma key are actually used to strafe left and right, or you could press and hold Alt, and that would change turning left and right to strafing left and right. So I just absolutely love this game. This is the cast. John Carmack came up with the engine, and the original idea for Doom was actually from Tom Hall, who wrote the quote-unquote Doom Bible. And Doom, believe it or not, was actually going to be a very different game. And fun fact, Tom Hall was actually forced to leave. I don't know if he quit or if he was fired, because of design, huge discrepancy in how he wanted to design the game versus how the others wanted to handle the game. The thing that made Wolfenstein 3D so popular was the instant, immediate, fast-paced action, not an intense storyline. Some features that Doom was going to implement are basically key code locked doors, the famous you have to tear off the guy's hand and use it on a fingerprint scanner. That all came from the Doom Bible back all the way in 1993. I think the first release of Doom, Doom 1.0, was mail order only and was back in December 1993. I think in 1995 was the first sale of Doom in retail stores on a floppy disk. So anyway, I'm pretty much an expert at Doom. I know all the technical stuff. I know how everything works. I know the levels like the back of my hand. I know all the secrets. And I am going to be playing the first episode, Knee Deep in the Dead. So you just press escape here. This brings up the menu. Doom does not have checkpoints. At the beginning of every level, if you die and press the spacebar, it can actually restart the level with your pistol, 50 bullets, and no other equipment. But you can manually, you can't save while you're in the demo. So, options, just brings up basic options here. To remap the controls, you have to actually go back to the DOS prompt and type in setup.exe, and change the controls from there. You can use a mouse, but I'm going to be using this keyboard. And this is the information ordering screen. So there's just so much to say about Doom. I'm going to put a link in the description to the Doom wiki. And you could read up on Doom as much as you want. There's so much information, so much technical stuff. And the source engine of the source code of Doom was released. It is public now, so you can look at the source code and see how the game works. Basically, the game uses binary space partitioning, BSP. I'm not going to go into the technical stuff too much, but basically you pre-calculate the level, and the game draws what the camera can see. The game will basically determine what areas can be seen by other areas. And when you're in one area, you go to the tree that's pre-calculated, and it'll draw the nodes that are closest to the camera to prevent overlapping, so you don't redraw over the same area to save processing time. Because the fact that this game can run on old 486 processors and even 386 processors was amazing. It was a technological feat, and Doom, the guys that did software really pushed computers to the limit back then. And it was not thought even possible that the game could run so smoothly. Doom runs at a fairly slow, but at the time pretty fast, 35 frames per second. So let's dive right in here. We're doing a new game. There are 3 episodes. The first episode is shareware, basically freeware. The other 2 episodes needed to have the full game purchased. There are 8 levels, main levels, in every episode, plus a secret level. So 9 levels total. And at the end of each episode, it progresses the story. And you have to start over, basically, when you do each episode. So you can't carry your items or equipment from one episode to the next. So, if you're interested, we're going to start Knee Deep in the Dead, and I'm going to play on ultra-violent. So here we go. This is how the game would have looked and sounded back in 1995 when I played it as a kid. So I'm using just a keyboard here. Basically, the storyline is that the UAC... Oh my god, I'm getting my ass kicked already. Ah! Die! A little difficult to aim. Anyway, the story is basically that the UAC, Union Aerospace Corporation... There we go, I got the shotgun. The kick-ass shotgun. The UAC is making teleportation experiments on the moons of Mars. There's no switch here because this is Doom 1.666, I think is the version. And they didn't implement the secret area until Ultimate Doom came out in 1995, which added Die Flesh Consumed as a 4th episode. So the switch isn't there. These are explosive barrels. You can shoot them and they blow up. They'll damage anything within 128 in-game units. So, as you can see, these walls are what's known as line defs. And line defs connect at 2D points called vertices. And the floor and ceilings are called flats. And they're lined up. You basically make polygons in the map editor with vertices and line defs. And you form sectors. And each sector has a light level, a floor and ceiling texture, and there's an upper texture. As you can see, those computers up there are what's known as the upper texture. The difference in the when there's a difference between ceiling heights, and then this lower texture is what makes up floor heights. So that's basically how the game works. And then all these, as you can see, everything's 2D. See, all these things look, these sprites look the same. You know, these entities are known as sprites. See, the body looks the same, and it spins to always face the player. So, to make the game look somewhat 3D, the sprites have different, see, they look different from different angles. I think there's 8 different sprites for all the enemies, but all the bodies and death animations only have one sprite. I picked up green armor on top of the pedestal over here. Green armor is known as security armor, and it's made of Kevlar, and it gives you 100 armor points, and it absorbs 1/3 or 33% of all incoming damage. So if I take 100 damage, I will take 33 to my armor and 67 to my health. The difference in if you have an uneven amount of damage between health and armor, it goes to your health. These are little helmets. They're known as armor bonuses, and they increase your armor by 1 and also reduce damage by 1/3 if you pick them up without another suit of armor. The blue armor, which we'll get in a minute, is known as combat armor, made out of titanium, and it gives you 200 armor points and splits the incoming damage by half. Ooh, I got them. Now, as you can see, I cannot look up and down. Because of the way the Doom engine works, you can only face forward in this tank controls. Aiming up and down is done automatically. If you point your gun directly below an enemy or above an enemy, it'll aim automatically up and down. So that blue armor out there is, we want that. I'm kind of low on health. The different difficulty levels actually don't change the amount of health enemies have or how much damage you take. They only change how many enemies actually spawn. And certain enemies will spawn at different difficulty levels. Now, that's this green sludge here with the animated texture is nukage or nuclear waste. And if you stand in it, you'll take 5 damage per second. Ow, that hurts. Now, if you want to grab that armor without taking any damage, you have to stand in it, take damage, and then run out. So you don't take damage to your armor. So now I'm more well protected. I pretty much know all the secrets in this game. So I'll be going through everything. I'll be getting all the secrets. I'm trying not to spend too much time talking about the game and focusing more on action. Those, oh, there we go. Med kits increase your health by 25, and the smaller first aid kits increase your health by 10. Those little blue potions are health bonus potions. They increase your health by 1 and can go over 100. The maximum armor in this game is 200. Alright, anyway, let's talk about the HUD. Bottom left is my ammo. Each weapon has a different type of ammo. Here's another secret. And this doesn't do anything because, well, it'll give me ammo. But this counts as a secret area, and you can't go over 200 armor or 200 health. Another med kit. There we go. 100 health. And because I have maximum ammo, I can't pick these up. This box of shotgun shells will increase your ammo by 20. The smaller shells on the ground increase your ammo shells by 4. So, this is the exit. The idea is to play the game and kill as many enemies as possible, surviving all hazards along the way. And all you have to do, ooh, well, one guy left. I'm gonna go back and grab some ammo. So now, I can grab this shotgun. And the zombies, the humans, known as former humans, they'll drop ammo and shotguns. So this is the exit switch. Press space to activate, and this is the end screen. It gives you a percentage of kills, items, and secrets. 100, 100, 100. There we go. Part-time means, I think the guys that did software went through the levels as quickly as they could, rounding the time to the nearest 15 seconds and adding 30 seconds. So part-time is kind of like, you know, a bonus challenge if you want to beat the levels really quickly. But that's not getting 100, 100, 100 on every level. And it doesn't actually give you a number of how many kills, items, and secrets there are, just a percentage. So anyway, off to, I love the map here. It'll, a bloodstain will appear when you beat a level. And then it'll show you an arrow. So these are former human soldiers. They only have a semi-automatic rifle. And they do between 3 and 15 damage in increments of 3. So 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. It's random how much damage you actually take. Oops. Splat! Those are jibs. And as you can see, there are no bullet holes when you shoot the wall. It takes up too much memory. They were originally going to include bullet holes, damage to walls, visible damage to monsters, like bullet holes, blood stains on the monsters, but it just took too much memory. I can't see. I think there's a guy up here, but I can't see him. And that's an elevator. Oh, ouch. Goes up and down. Some of them go up automatically. Others you press space when you're on it. And you gotta wait. I'm not gonna wait for it though. There's a secret right here. Here we go. And there is a backpack full of ammo. So anyway, let me talk about more of the HUD. Ammo on the bottom left. That shows how many rounds you have. When you run out of rounds, it switches to another weapon. The next best weapon in your inventory. There's an ammo limit. All your ammo is on the bottom right corner of the HUD. See, I got bull, shell, rocket, and cell. I got maximum bullets right now. The number on the left shows how many I have in total, and the number on the right is your maximum. So this little thing over here, this brown backpack, is a backpack full of ammo, and as you can see, that increases the maximum amount of ammo you can carry, which is great. And it also gives you a small unit of each ammo. There's small units of ammo and large units. Large units are always 5 times bigger than the small unit. And here's a switch. Let's press the switch. And that switch opens up this area over here. This outside area. You gotta watch these. These are former human sergeants, which have a shotgun. And unlike your shotgun, they only fire 3 pellets. Each pellet, again, does between 3 and 15 damage. And here we go, the chain gun. One of the most iconic weapons from Doom. The chain gun is actually more accurately a Gatling gun. And it fires automatically. And it does between 5 and 15 damage per hit in increments of 5. So either 5, 10, or 15. Your shotgun, fun fact, fires 7 pellets. Each one can do between 5 and 15 damage in increments of 5. So 5, 15, and 5, 10, and 15. And if all 7 pellets connect, I think it does, between 35 and, what's 15 times 7? I'm a dummy. 100 and something? 110? Whatever it is. And it's random, depending on, I already went up here. So we got the red key from up there. This door cannot be opened without the key. It'll give you a message you can't open this door. Yay. Ooh. And I'm using just keyboard right now. I'm not using the mouse. I'm using the arrow keys to turn and move around. And as you can see, I'll shoot at the wall. The pellets only spread out horizontally in a random pattern. They don't spread vertically. Doom 2 with the super shotgun, that's what opens this door here, which allows access. Let's go big boy. Now this is a big maze. Now, there is an auto map feature. Oh, he shot the barrel behind me. Darn it. Gotta watch barrels. You blow yourself up. Doom does have an auto map feature if you press tab. Oh boy, very pixelated. This is the native resolution of Doom. So, the auto map, walls you've seen will show up as red lines. Changes in ceiling height are represented by yellow lines. Oh boy. You can't actually see the game when you got the map up. And changes in floor height are represented by these brown lines here. There is a power-up called the computer map, and places you haven't been will show up in gray. So, the map helps you explore. And because of the way that the Doom engine works, let me try and blow this up, splat. Because of the way the Doom engine works, you can't actually have room above rooms. You can't have separate rooms on the Z-axis. Everything, the floor and ceiling height is calculated in only one place at one time. So all of Doom's levels can be mapped on a simple 2D sheet of paper. So, you can use the map to help you navigate as you explore. These walls will fill in. And here's another secret. Let's blow these boys up. Come on. Fresh meat. Splat. There's a first aid kit. Will help me out. And here's another backpack. Once you pick up a backpack, it's permanent unless you die and restart the level. But picking up a backpack, even with the previous backpack picked up, will give you a small unit of ammo of each. These clips that the zombies drop give you 5 bullets instead of 10. A lot of people get confused. Oh, they're not sure exactly how much you get. Those are the 4 shotgun shells. Box of bullets increases your bullets by 50, unless you hit max, in which case you can't go over. Oops, splat these guys. Boom. Clips that are on the ground already increase your ammo by 10 bullets, and the clips that the zombies drop have 5 bullets in them because it's supposed to represent like they were used clips. And technically, clip is an inaccurate military term. It's more accurately referred to as a magazine. I'm sure gun enthusiasts go nuts over people calling it a clip. Now, a special thing about Doom is that you have shootable walls. This wall opens. See, I can't open it normally, but if I shoot it, it opens. There are no melee attacks. You can't jump or crouch in the game, and you can't look up and down. But this was considered revolutionary, game design at the time it came out. Alright, and here's the chainsaw, another one of Doom's iconic weapons. The chainsaw uses no fuel, there's no ammo for it, and using the chainsaw allows you to do continuous damage if you go up to an enemy and saw them. So, I know the new Doom games have fuel and have an ammo bonus perk for using them. Did I get all the areas? Yes, it did. So, the map, the little maze there is completed. See, there you go. I'm going to get torn to shreds, though. It's not a very good weapon. It's good against some monsters, but not all. Alright, let's switch back to the shotgun. Shotgun's one of the most versatile weapons in Doom. Here's another secret. I remember when I was 4 years old, and I played Doom. I can remember the very first time I played Doom when I was 4 years old. When my dad was much younger, he used to play a lot of games, and we used to have an intercom connecting my dad's basement computer room to a speaker in the kitchen, and you pressed the button and spoke. It was like a radio kind of. It was intercom, like a real intercom, back in 1995, and I was 4 years old back in 1995, and I could remember watching my dad play Doom. He had this blue metal stool in his... Ooh, I can't see. There you go. See, it auto-locked onto that guy and shot down. Anyway, this should be everything. And I remember when I was 4 years old, and I was watching my dad play Doom. And the first time he let me play... Ooh, I must have missed something. Oh, we got all the secrets, so... Oh, did I get the orb outside? Oh my god. I think I missed this soul sphere outside. Oh, whoops, that's alright, there's 2 of them in this level. Alright, so here we go, 3rd level, Toxin Refinery. This level gains access to the secret level, which is optional, you don't have to do the secret level. Oh, those are specters. Specter, oh, these pink things, pinky demons, called just regular demons in the manual. They just run at you and bite you, they have to be close up. When you play on Nightmare difficulty, they move 3 times as fast. So it's pretty scary. See that little shimmering mass on the floor? That's known as a specter. A lot of emulators do not emulate that. It's called the partial invisibility effect. That's a power-up, which is actually on this level. I'll show you guys when I get up to it. And that shimmering effect has something to do with the way that the game is processed, and a lot of emulators can't mimic that effect. But DOSbox emulates it perfectly. So a lot of emulators like Z-Doom are very popular, and they're good Doom emulators, but they add a lot of bonus perks like being able to look up and down, jumping, announcement of finding secret areas, and the music and sound effects are very different because of the, like I said, the MIDI files. Anyway, this switch over here opens up this little area here. Ooh. Ooh. Be careful. I'm going to grab the soul sphere hidden in the secret areas. I'm a bit low on health. Oh. So I've been playing this game for literally decades. Uh-oh. Oh. Let me get my chain gun out. And you switch weapons by pressing the number key. 1 for the fist, 2 for the pistol, 3 for the shotgun, 4 for the chain gun, 5 for the rocket launcher, 6 for the plasma gun, which you won't see in this episode, and 7 for the BFG, also not available in the first episode. The first episode does not have everything that's in Doom. That's due to the shareware thing. Ooh, I missed the secret. Ooh, you gotta go back down these stairs to trigger that secret. Um, the Berserk pack, which does increased damage with the fist and boosts your health all the way to 100. And the plasma gun, the BFG, Lost Souls, Cacodemons are not in the shareware release. They're only in the you only find those in the second and third episodes. So I guess to limit the features that you get in the shareware release of Doom, the id Software team did not release all of the monsters and all of the items in Doom. Anyway, I didn't finish talking about the storyline. This is a great time to do the storyline. So basically, this takes place in the future, in the 22nd century, and the UAC, or Union Aerospace Corporation, is one of the largest and most technologically advanced corporations known to mankind. And they have set up a base on two of the two moons of Mars, Phobos and Deimos, and they start doing teleportation experiments. They're able to create a teleporter gate and can transport instantaneously. Oh, careful, I'm going to blow myself up there. They can instantly teleport objects and people from one moon to the other. However, people who go through, volunteers for the experiment, start to go mad and go insane and turn violent. And some of them die or even violently explode. That's the storyline. So, the scientists try to fix these bugs. I picked up the blue key card there, which will allow me to open the door. The yellow key card, actually, was in that little secret area. Up at the top. Ooh. Anyway, let me get the soul sphere this way. Gotta go here. So, where was I? Right. So, eventually, one day, a distress signal is received by the boys on Mars, the Marines, that something hellish is coming through the gate. We need immediate assistance. And you play as a member of the UAC Marines, the most highly trained and combat-toughened Marine space fighting force in the universe. And you are sent to Mars, which is supposed to be a punishment for assaulting a commanding officer when you refuse to fire on innocent civilians during a mission. So, what turns into a boring assignment on Mars is quickly changed into a panic when they don't know what the hell is going on at the base. So your squad mates land on the base, all communication is lost, and you wait outside in the dropship to secure the perimeter with nothing more than your Beretta pistol. Fun fact, the pistol in Doom is actually a plastic squirt gun painted black and photographed and digitized of a real steel Beretta M992 F military pistol. The official sidearm of the United States forces at the time in 1993 when the game first came out. So, the pistol's the weakest weapon in the game and only fires one shot at a time, and does the same damage as pellets from a shotgun or the chain gun. Here's a box of rockets. We do actually have the rocket launcher, and this is another secret area. So anyway, eventually cries for help come on the radio, and one by one you lose contact with your squad mates, and you go in to investigate the hell unleashed. And that's basically the storyline. So here's another soul sphere, and there's more mega armor. I'll need that in a second. See, I'm aiming down at these enemies by just pointing horizontally at them, and the auto aim picks up. Anyway, there's the partial invisibility I talked to you about, that blinking eye, and picking it up gives me that effect of the demons. This causes monsters to randomly change their direction of aiming. See, ooh, well, he fired that one at me. But see, he shot that to the side. Now, veteran Doom players might actually find themselves being hurt more than this than helped, because people who are skilled at the game are used to projectiles coming directly at them, and they might inadvertently dodge into an incoming projectile. So I'm not really a fan of the partial invisibility. It is helpful, though, against the non-dodgeable hit scan attacks of the basically hit scan means bullet attacks of the zombie men. Alright, so that was the exit over here, but we want to go through the secret exit. If I click this, it'll take me to level 4, Command Center, which is the next level in the game. And we're gonna go through this door. Again, that's a blue door. I needed the blue key to access that area. So anyway, you play as the Doom Marine, unnamed by most. Although there is certain documentation to support that there is actually Doom novels. I don't know exactly how the Doom novels relate to the game. What's the guy's name in the Doom novels? Oh my god. Ooh, I'm out. Out of ammo. Oh my god. What's his name? It's on the tip of my tongue. These Doom novels. And the Marine has a name. And I don't know if you're supposed to be the same player as the Doom novels. A lot of people theorize that you are the great-great-grandson of William Blazkowicz, the special agent from Wolfenstein 3D. And the grandson of Billy Blaze, who's actually related to William Blazkowicz. But that's a theory for another day. Anyway, this is the exit to the secret level. Did I get everything in this level? I think so. Let's get out of here. Alright. Let's save the game. I must have missed something somewhere, but I got all the secrets. Flynn Taggart. That's his name. Just came to me now. Flynn Taggart is the name of the Doom Marine in the Doom novels. And Knee Deep in the Dead actually comes from the very first Doom game. That's the name of the first episode. Here we go, entering military base. This is the secret level. Let's actually save the game. You can save it low at any time. Game 1. There are no checkpoints. The only way to save the game is by manually saving and loading. Alright. Whoa! And again, I am using just keyboard. I'm not using a mouse to play this. I'm using the arrow keys to turn and go forward and backwards. And the period and the comma keys to strafe left and right. But you can use WASD if you want to. You have to go into the configuration and change the controls to whatever you want. And yes, you can use a mouse to turn left and right and move forward and backwards. But a mouse was not a whatchamacallit, a very common peripheral back then. A lot of people just had keyboard. As a matter of fact, when I had my first computer in 1998 and ran it on DOS, touching the mouse would cause the computer to lock up. It would hard lock. You had to dump it. So this is the red door, indicated by these bars. I need a red key to open this door. Now we're going to use a rocket launcher here. Touch that, and it opens up the door, and these monsters spawn. Come on. Oh, I missed. You can blow yourself up. Oh, I got to be careful. There was a specter. Oh, another specter coming up the stairs. Woo, here they come. Fire! Woo, slaughter them all. You don't get many opportunities to use the rocket launcher in this episode. And rockets are considerably rare. Alright. There's a secret. Where is it? Is it in this place? No, I think it's in the other. So anyway, talk about Windows. Yes, there was a time before Windows. Microsoft DOS was an operating system that was used primarily in the 80s and early 90s. And Windows 95 and Windows 98 ran on top of DOS. Meaning when I booted up my computer when I was a kid, when I was 8 years old, and had my first computer that ran Windows 95, it was a Pentium 2, 233 megahertz, with I think 128 megabyte hard drive, and 16 megabytes of RAM. It used Windows ran on top of DOS. When you booted up Windows, when you booted up the computer, the DOS window would come up, and you would have to type in win. Where the heck is the key? I'm a dummy. Yellow door. I gotta go this way for the yellow door. Yeah. Alright. All these areas connect. So, Windows 95. There was Windows 3.1 when Doom came out. But my very first computer had Windows 95. And I used to play Doom constantly. I used to play Doom, Heretic, Hexen, Duke Nukem. And I played a lot of Quake. Quake 2 I loved. So, and the original Doom was just a great game. It was instant, immediate action. A lot of secret areas to explore. Again, I love the music of Doom. It's just an amazing game. And I don't want Doom to ever be forgotten in the hearts of people. You know, I'm getting old. It's, you know, what was it, 27 years since the first... Ooh. Uh-oh. These boys come down here. They're very clumsy on the stairs. Again, I have to go close to those guys in order for them to bite me. A lot of people are not familiar with the original Doom from 1995. Again, I'm getting old. I mean, I was 4 years old the first time I played Doom in 1995. It was before my birthday. In 1995. So, I wasn't 5 years old yet, but I can remember the first time I played Doom. My dad put me on God mode. There are in-game cheats that you enter just by typing in the keyboard. And he put me on God mode. He gave me all the weapons and ammo, and put me on Hurt Me Plenty. And he said to me, "Oh, if it's too hard, let me know. I'll change the difficulty." Now, remember, I fell in the acid pit on the 3rd level, and I went for my dad, and I'm like, "I'm stuck." And he used the no-clip mode to get me out of it. And that was it. A great Doomer was born. And then I've been playing Doom and Doom 2 ever since. Now this gets a little tricky down here. In order to access that, you gotta go down here. Now, I'll talk to you about some of the advanced movement. There's something called strafe running. If you hold forward, sprint forward while strafing, you can actually move faster because it's something to do with the triangle. I'll show you guys outside. If I sprint forward, I move at a certain speed. But if I strafe, see I'm moving faster? If I strafe while moving forward, if I press the strafe left or strafe right button while moving forward, I think you go like 22% faster. Again, it's something to do with the triangle that's created from moving forward and strafing left. Oh. Somebody's alive. Where's the guy? Everyone must die. I just heard a demon roar. No? Oh, there he is. Die. Alright. There we go. Another level down. There is no armor in this level. Military base. Finished. Oh, I missed somebody. Darn it. Oh, well. Got all the secrets, though. Doom just has a very special place in my heart, and I don't want people to ever forget. Here we go. Level 4. Let's save. There is a way to play with fast monsters on. Nightmare difficulty is the same monsters and items as ultra-violent, but I think monsters move 3 times faster and attack twice as often, something like that. But the thing I don't like about Nightmare is that they respawn after you kill them, between a random interval of like 7 seconds to 180 seconds or something like that. They randomly respawn, so you can never actually kill all the monsters on a level. But if you don't like the respawn mechanic, you can play ultra-violent with fast monsters. When you start up Doom, what you do is you type minus fast, and then minus skill 4, and then minus warp. You type in Doom, space dash fast, space dash skill space 4, space dash warp space. I think you got to type in the episode and then the level. So if you want to do 1-1, you have to type in dash warp space 1 space 1, and I think that'll start you on ultraviolet. I think that's skill 4, and then with fast monsters and fast monsters on ultraviolet. Uh-oh, out of ammo. I probably shouldn't have come up here. Nah, we're a badass. So it's always a good idea to save armor and health for the end of a level. Because now, I used the mega armor up on this level, so I kind of wasted armor. So anyway, let's talk about tactics. You want to save health for when you're really wounded. Try not to pick up large medkits if you only have a couple of health points down. Try to pick up the smaller first aid kits, because again, you can't use those to go over 100% health. Only pick up ammo if you need it. Try not to waste it. If you can, save the soul sphere for when you're desperately low on health, or for the end of the level. Because once you leave the level, you can't go back. There's the blue key. So, the shotgun is the best weapon, I think, in my opinion. Well, the plasma gun is technically the most powerful because of the damage it does plus its rate of fire. But the shotgun's the most versatile. And although the shotgun loses effectiveness with range, most of the fighting is relatively close up. Alright. Oh! I probably could have gotten him if I had a mouse. Again, this is exactly how I used to play as a kid. I gotta be careful in this area. Let's blow this barrel up. Ooh, there's plenty of places to frag monsters with explosive barrels. And it took me forever to learn all the levels the way I do now. And to memorize all the secrets. And of course, the levels get bigger and more complicated as you progress through the game. And the game gets harder. Doom has an incredible amount of mods and custom levels. As a matter of fact, I think Doom has the highest number of custom levels of any game ever made. Might not be true, but I'm pretty sure it is. One of the things that id Software wanted was to have the game highly accessible to everyone, and for modding to be easy and simple. And there are so many mods for the game, between weapon mods, monsters, monster mods, custom sounds, custom sprites, custom levels. There are so many map editors and sprite and sound editors and weapon editors for the game. I think there's even a way to change the properties of monsters, add your own monsters. The main Doom game, not the executable, but the actual map files and sprites and sounds and everything are in what's known as a .wad file, WAD file. And that was before like pack files, PK3 and PK4. Basically an old school pack file. And there were ways to edit those files, and they made Doom easily able to enable custom WADs. I think you have to do, what's the command? I forgot the DOS command to run a WAD. I think it's just dash run and then whatever .wad, W-A-D. And it'll load that WAD file on top of the stock game. The original base game is called Vanilla Doom. And if you had a mod, there we go. Now, I want to get the Soul Sphere. The Soul Sphere will boost your health by 100, and it does go over 100. Let's pick up these armor bonuses. Now you got to be quick here, because that switch can only be activated once. Again, it doesn't tell you when you've accessed a secret area. It's a hidden tally. Most emulators and source ports for Doom have a custom announcement sound when you and message when you pick up a secret. Anyway, so that is the end of Command Center, and we are moving on to Phobos Lab. Alright, looks like we got 100, 100, 100. Yeah. Now I'm a completionist, but in heart, I always like to max out games. I always like to get all the monsters, find all the secrets, explore all the areas. Of course, Doom speedrunning is highly popular, and it's just amazing some of the tricks that people do to speedrun. The rocket jumping that people do. You can't actually jump in the game, but if you fire a rocket at a wall while backpedaling, the explosion from the rocket will propel you backwards at a much greater speed than you can run, and it allows you to jump across gaps that you normally can't jump. So, Phobos Lab is the next level. This is the level that plays during the demo sequence. Alright. Music in this level is really eerie. And again, one of the things I remember when I got my new computer in 2003, I got an upgraded computer, Pentium 4, 2.4 gigahertz, 2 gigabytes of RAM, ATI 9800, Radeon 9800 ATI, and I think it wouldn't work for some reason, something with the BIOS, so we had to get an NVIDIA 5600 GeForce. And we got Windows XP. I had an Asus P400E motherboard, and this was back in 2003, and we installed Windows XP. Now, Doom has its own internal memory handling. It directly accesses the computer's memory. Windows XP does not allow programs to do that as a safety and security measure, and also to make the Windows more stable. So Doom would not run. It ran extremely laggy, and it just wouldn't work. And they didn't have really a lot of emulators back then for Doom, so I was kind of disappointed. And I didn't play Doom until like 2006. So for 3 years I didn't play Doom, and then I discovered Doomsday, which is a special emulator for Windows XP. And I think they had other emulators. But again, the internet wasn't very big back then. It wasn't until like 2000, 2004, 2005, 2006. Alright, let's pick up this armor because I'm a little bit low. Alright, we got more rockets. Alright, pick up all this ammo. So, I didn't play Doom for 3 years, and when I got Doomsday, I loved it. It had enhanced lighting effects, enhanced particles. It had custom sound. Oh, it's another thing that Doom had. Ooh, launch rockets. See, it's auto-aiming up at them. Ooh, that one didn't catch. No, I needed it down. I don't want to waste rockets. There's a demon in there. I can see him. A specter. I can't get him. And I loved it. But I was a little bit disappointed because I couldn't get Doom to look pixelated like it used to. Again, this video is exactly how Doom would have looked like back in 1995 if you played on DOS. Oh! So, I couldn't get Doom to look super pixelated like it used to look. Uh-oh! Let me get my machine gun out. Uh-oh. Wait, open this. I'm about to freaking die. Come on, I'm a master of Doom. I never die. I'm gonna get my foot in my mouth in a minute. Is that a little shotgun, guys? Oh, I went in here because it's a safety secret and a safety nook in here. Woo! Very tricky part. These are known as monster closets. Basically, secret rooms that open when you walk over a certain area. That was one of the special perks of Doom. Ooh, and a teleporter takes me back here. I didn't press the switch yet. Alright, we're good. I almost died there. And then there's these bad boys. Alrighty. I'll get that stuff later. I'll come back here when I need it. Oh, what do you want to go? Yeah. So for the longest time I played Doom with Doomsday, and I played all of Doom 2. And I got back into the game, and then I discovered Z-Doom, which is a little bit more faithful on the old school representation of Doom. But the music, because of the MIDI files, was still a little bit different. Here's a secret right here. Where is it? Here? Yeah. And this is the auto map, that little computer down there. I'll show you guys when I walk over. You see all these gray areas on the top? those are areas you have not been in yet. And, fun fact, if you're in the auto map, you can press the number keys. I'll have to press M. Yeah, M. See, it makes a little mark. There's a little 0 and a little 1. And you can zoom in and zoom out by pressing, zooming in, pressing the plus key. Zoom out, press the minus key. You can press F to toggle follow mode. And you can explore the level using the arrow keys. So if you want to come back to an area, and then press C to clear all the marks. So that's a little auto map tutorial. Very handy. Most games don't have an auto map. But that was like a standard thing in first-person shooters back in the day. They all had auto maps. Now, because of the complex 3D nature of maps, games, they don't have an auto map anymore. Alrighty. Alright, so we are getting close to the end of this level. Now this part gets a little bit difficult. As you can see, it's dark. Right over here, there's a little cubby. And they have light amplification goggles, which allow you to... It puts basically full brightness on. Very handy for dark areas. Fun fact, the light amplification goggles are the rarest item in all of Doom and Doom 2. They appear the least. Even less often than the Megasphere power-up in Doom 2. I wish there were more maps that utilize the light amplification goggles. I think it was a really cool feature. Alright, so we're just about done with this level. We have 2 more main levels left. And then we have the final boss level. Come on. Hard to aim with the keys. Alrighty. There's a little secret here. That doesn't actually count as a secret. So, it's just a little thing you can go through. And then here. Alright. So let's go back and get the stuff that we left behind. I don't have another rad suit. Oh, that little green tint on my screen was the whatchamacallit? A radiation suit, which allows you to stand on toxic waste without taking damage. And then these drop again when you run over. I want to get the bullets up there. Again, you can't jump. So what you have to do is basically leap from ledge to ledge by sprinting forward like that. That's the only way to jump. Yeah, I took a little damage there. Soul Sphere. Ah, yes. The Soul Sphere is out here. There's another chainsaw. And there's a Soul Sphere boosting my health by 100. Alright. So we're fully decked out. I don't think there's any more ammo. Alright. Oh, come on. There's no way to make this go up and down by pressing space or anything. And you can go back this way. That area opens up. And that's it. Let's finish Phobos Lab. Now the next 2 levels, Central Processing and Computer Lab, get a little bit big and complicated. Alright, here we go. You know, my time is horrible compared to the part-time, but again, the part-time is not 100, it's not completionist. Doom also did away with a lot of the arcade-style games. Video games, back in the day, in the 80s and early 90s, were notoriously difficult because arcade cabinets were designed to eat up as many quarters from people as possible. Doom did away with that. Now we got a little merry-go-round here with explosive barrels. Grabbing the red key opens up all these monster closets. And she's a chain gun. Those brown demons are called imps. Those are the original imps from the very first Doom. I know now in the new Doom games they're extremely agile, very fast, very dangerous, but those are actually how... Oh, I couldn't see that specter there. Those are actually how the original imps were. Who's alive? Ah, you. Die. Alright, there we go. Pick up some extra bullets. Let me search these monster closets for some bonuses. Doom did away with the point system. There's no points. Like the original Wolfenstein 3D had a point system. There's no lives. You have infinite retries until you crack some of the harder levels. And Doom's a little bit more forgiving on its difficulty, making it friendlier to newer players. And because Doom was not designed to be played in an arcade. Doom, I believe, was actually the first game that id Software developed that was designed to be played on computers at home, PCs, and not a arcade cabinet. Turn around here. Pressing shift actually makes you turn left and right faster. See, I turn slowly and I press shift, I could spin around faster. You press shift to run. This is normal walking. And then shift is sprint. Again, strafe, see, I could run really fast if I sprint sideways while going forward. Again, I'm not sure exactly the techniques behind it. Oh, listen to that, those instruments. Ow. Let me switch to the shotgun. Ah! Maybe that was a bad idea. Get out of the way! Die! Not bad for just a keyboard, huh? See, I could aim up at those guys just by pointing horizontally at them. And the reason you can't look up and down is because of the way the Doom engine works. Alright, so we can't enter this door. We need the blue key. We do have the red key, though. Did I get the... Yeah, I did. Oh, boy. There's a glitch over there where there's actually two monsters that get stuck on each other. Just slaughter them all. Boom! I just love the game. There's so many secrets. Alright, so where do we gotta go? Through the red door. I can't go through here. You need a yellow key to open the door. Alrighty. Oh! Ah! You get caught by those guys, it really sucks. Especially if you play with fast monsters or on Nightmare, they'll kill you immediately. They'll kill you fast, because they attack, I think, twice as fast and they move 3 times as often. Ooh. Miss these guys. Sometimes if you connect all the pellets, sometimes you can take out a demon in 2 hits. Sometimes it takes 3. So I gotta go... wait, the blue key is in here, isn't it? Yes. I can jump down there, but I'm not going to do that just yet. Because there's Mega Armor and a Soul Sphere down there, and I want to save that until I'm low on health and armor, or I'm ready to complete the level. Alright, so, let's go in here. This area is like a maze. The order map will help us navigate this area. And there are a lot of shotgun guys, imps, and zombies in here. Oh. Alright. We have to find a switch in this area. Oh boy. Notice these armor bonuses are pointing at the wall. A little secret. Yeah. Alright, here's the switch we were looking for. I don't want to pick that box of shotgun shells up. You can only pick up ammo if you have less than maximum ammo. But even if you have 99 shells, you can pick that box up and waste 19 shells. I don't want to do that. Ouch. Alrighty. I've already been here. And we gotta go... Oh, he didn't die. Die! Alright, there we go. So again, tactics, if you have close to max ammo, pick up the small ammo if possible. You could always go back and get stuff. In Doom, you could always backtrack unless you exit the level. Now, I'm going to take out my chain gun here. Yeah. See, against this texture and in this lighting, it makes the specters very difficult to see. There we go, we got them all. Alright, so, there's a secret here, which allows you to go down into this area, another backpack that'll give us ammo. So you have 160 cells, but you don't actually get a plasma gun in this episode. And see, because I'm invisible, the fireballs are going everywhere, see? Yeah. That's what that power-up does. It makes the enemies randomly change the angle at which they shoot at you. But again, if you're highly skilled at the game, you're used to projectiles always coming straight at you, so you might accidentally dodge into them. We grab the radiation suit, which allows us to walk on the sludge without taking damage. And we're going to go this way, it's a little secret way. And this is going to allow us to access behind the yellow door. There we go. Let's catch a ride. Pick up the soul sphere. I'm gonna need it because this is a really hard area. A lot of guys with bullets shooting at me. Oh. Gotta go up here and press the switch. Now, I don't want to use up my chain gun ammo. Oh, that's a rocket launcher. Whoops! I blew myself out. Oh. That could have been really bad if I was low on health. I couldn't tell what weapon I pressed. I thought I pressed 3 for the shotgun, but I pressed 5. Alrighty. Uh-oh. I want to grab... Where is it? There's a box of bullets back there. So, there's a rad suit. Let's pick that up, I guess. There's the bullets. I am really low on health and armor. I'm going to go back. Mainly because I'm lazy and I don't want to have to go all the way back for these things. We already have a rad suit, so let's not waste it. We're going to go in this red door. And we're going to drop down. There's another rad suit in here. The final area of this level is extremely hard. I often die a lot. I'm going to save before I go in there. And I'm going to max out my health and armor. And you'll see why in a minute. I'm just picking the... You can still pick up health and armor bonuses even if you're at 100. It won't actually go up. But you can still pick them up. And they count towards items regardless. Alright. So we're going to go this way. And now we're going to try the extremely difficult area in here. Let's save. I think the door opens automatically. We have to hit the switch. I hit the switch already though. Oh, there it goes. Now we can access this area. I think the door closes behind you when you go in here, but it opens after like 30 seconds or something like that. Not exactly sure. But anyway, in all the Doom maps, you can always backtrack to an area, most of the time. Unless the area locks itself off somehow. So before you leave, you can always go back and pick up items, armor, weapons, you name it. Now, I actually want to have his invisibility power up. Alright. We want to kill all these demons off. I want to get in here before it's wearing off already. Bummer. Splat. Alright, now here's the hard part I was talking about. When you go up to the switch, all these friggin' monsters come out. And it's really freaking hard and easy to kill yourself. Let me switch to the chain gun. There we go, I did it easily. Oh! Didn't see him there. Woo! Boom. Alrighty. And then there's another monster here. I think there's one stuck in the wall over there too, yeah. Alright, we did it! Nice job! Woohoo! And yeah, now it opens. Yeah, it locks you in there. So you're actually trapped in that room once you go in there. I actually didn't take much damage at all. I'm surprised. Huh. Alright, you can go back out here now. Oh, see it closed? I think you can open it though. If you go up here it opens. I actually don't know what causes this door to open and close. But anyway, we're done. And that's why I went back and got the health and armor now, because I don't want to have to go all the way over there. Alright, picked up one last armor bonus, and that's it. And now there's one more level in this episode. And we did the secret level. Alright, some health potions, very good. Bam! Alright, and there's one more level, and then the final level. Alright! I missed something somewhere. Alright. Almost 10 minutes. Woo! Yeah, the levels are getting longer and more complicated. Now, this level, Computer Station, is the longest and most complicated level of the first episode. Even more so than the last. And there are a lot of bullet users, hit scan using weapons. The sergeants and zombies. Very easy to die in this level. I'm going to try and use my shotgun as much as possible to save bullets. Because you chew through ammo fast when you use that chain gun. Ooh! There is no melee attack. I'll show you guys the fist. I actually can't use the fist because I have the chainsaw. But there's brass knuckles in the game. And you switch to that, which has infinite ammo. There's no stamina. There's no melee attacks unless you select the brass knuckles or the chainsaw. Can't jump, can't crouch, can't look up and down. And this is the way games were back in the late 80s, early 90s. The first true 3D game that had a z-axis and that had separate z-axis calculations was Quake 1, the first Quake by id Software in 1996, was it, or 95? Somewhere around there. This game was developed right after Wolfenstein 3D. The id Software team, John Carmack and John Romero, were the geniuses who programmed the Doom engine. Sandy Peterson, he was the level designer, and he made great levels. I love Sandy Peterson levels. He also designed some of the levels for Doom 2. And when they released the map editor, actually the first maps, I think, in Doom, the first custom maps, were in early 1994. And they were made completely by hand. They were not made with a map editor, like a custom map editor. They had somebody actually go in and like write, like in a map file, like X equals first vertice, second vertice, wall text, everything was written by hand. And they were basically just square rooms. Let's talk about Doom multiplayer. Doom, the original Doom, 1993. I think December 10th, 1993 was when Doom 1.0 came out. Doom was the first game to have multiplayer, where up to 4 players can connect to a single computer. And that was a revolution at the time. I know, now they have basically multiplayer-only games. And they have Battle Royale games, they're up to 1,000 people, MMORPGs. You have 1,000 people on one server. Back in the 90s, in the early 90s, that was considered impossible. Internet was extremely slow. People had what was known as dial-up internet, which was 56 kilobits per second. Not bytes. A byte is 8 times bigger than a bit. A bit is basically a 1 or a 0. And a byte is 8 bits. So it was basically 56 kilobits per second. So if you wanted to download a file that was 1 megabyte, it took like 3 minutes. It was a really long time. Back in my time, when you wanted to download a 3 megabyte MP3, it was worthy of like a 5-minute coffee break. Now, you could download gigabytes in a matter of minutes. And Doom, when Doom was first released, I don't want to go up there yet. When Doom was first released, it was mail order only. And it came, I can't go in there yet. Where am I going? Yellow door. It came on several floppy disks. And my dad actually has the original floppy disks that he purchased Doom on. The version I'm playing now, it's not the final Doom version, Ultimate Doom. It's version 1.666, and that was the first version of Doom that was actually retail that you could buy in a video game store. Other versions of Doom were mail order only, and you could download the shareware version, the first episode of Doom, for free. Doom allowed up to 4 people to play cooperatively, meaning they could fight the monsters together. Each level has 4 different spawn points. Each one of your teammates spawns in a different area. Or you could have up to 4-player deathmatch, where you kill each other. And that was considered like amazing at the time. Doom, I believe, had a larger install base than Windows did. I think up to 10 million copies of Doom have been estimated to be installed on computers. And that's not counting modern releases of the game, or re-releases. So Doom was a smash hit. Everybody loved Doom back then. It was an extremely popular game. An amazing game. I loved it. I still do. The original Doom, version 1.666, the first 3 episodes, is my #1 absolute most favorite game of all time. It's extremely nostalgic, highly sentimental. I remember when my dad bought me my first computer back in 1998. I was in 2nd grade. I was 7 years old. Oh, I might have been 8 at the time. I think it was in September, so it was after my birthday. So I must have been 8. I remember, to test it, he installed and played Doom in DOS mode. And I remember he was able to, he did basically a speed run. He basically did what I'm doing now, except he didn't get 100% kills, 100% secrets. He just went for it. I don't know if this area opened yet. No, there's a secret area up here. I have to press the switch. How do I... Oh, no. I'm going to jump up here. here. And there's actually an armor bonus all the way over here. I don't know if they put it there. Usually that'll be like a secret indicator for something, but it's not in this. Alright, I want to lower that. Let's go. Let's explore that area later. Now, this monster closet's opened up. Oh, we have the red key. I gotta go this way. Let me grab that first aid kit. Anyway, I have a very fuzzy memory of a night when I was 8 years old. Back in 1998, I was in 2nd grade at the time. And my dad ran through the entire 2nd episode, The Shores of Hell. And I remember he was so good. And he didn't get all the secrets or all the kills and everything. He just basically, you know, explored as much as possible. And it took like an hour to go through the whole thing. Basically what I'm doing now. Except not to 100%. And I remember he fought the cyber demon. I was so scared. And I was like, oh my god, I had like nightmares about the cyber demon. And I was like, wow, Dad, you're so good. You didn't even get hit by one rocket. And I wish that I could have been as good as him. Well, now I'm even better than him. Even with mouse and keyboard. So, God bless my father. Love him to death. He's responsible for much of my great childhood memories. And he's always loved me and cared about me. So, always be nice to your parents. You know, a lot of people, I won't go into ethics, but basically you only have 2 parents. You can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family. So, please, do your best to love your parents. They gave you life, and life is a gift that is meant to be enjoyed. My childhood is filled with nothing but happy memories. I guess, you know, to each his own, and everyone has different experiences. But try to focus on the positive and not the negative. And I had a rough childhood growing up, you know. We had money problems when I was a kid, but you know, I still made the most of it, and I have a good childhood. And Doom is a significant part of my childhood, along with a lot of other games, Nintendo games, Super Nintendo. I'm getting a little bit sentimental, but I just love playing Doom, especially playing on the DOS emulator. This is what I did when I was a kid. I played mouse. I played just keyboard. I didn't play with mouse. I didn't learn to play with a mouse. Even Quake 1, I didn't play with a mouse. It wasn't until I played Quake 2 that I started using a mouse. Because by default, Quake does not have mouse look enabled. So, you know. And this is the end of the level. I just have to grab the secrets. Where am I going? I want to go up this way. Oh, look at this little lone survivor. He survived my wrath. Alright, and this is a little secret over here. Oh, I fell in the... Ah, no! I did not want to do that. That's okay, because now I won't take damage. And then there's a soul sphere. Oh, there's a monster closet. I missed the monster closet. Bummer. Ow! I want to hurry up before this wears off. I think this switch over here. No, it's not this switch. Which switch is it? There's this switch. That opens up the secret area on that elevator over there. Alright, now I want to grab... Oop, open! Alright, now we can grab this armor. Grab the ammo. And we're basically done. We just have the final level to go through. I need to go... Where am I going? Alright, no, I gotta go this way. Where is... No. I'm lost. Wait. Oh, no. I'll get lost now. Here we go. This is where I want to go. Open that. I want to get this secret over here. There we go. A little tricky to get that secret. And now let's get the secret in here. Pressing that switch from that staircase in the acid. Almost said lava there. There is lava and blood fountains in the later episodes. They deal extra damage. The blood deals 10 damage per second, and the lava deals 20 damage per second. And lava doesn't, the radiation suit doesn't always protect against lava damage. Every once in a while, you'll randomly take damage if you stand in the lava for too long. Alright, so I think I got everything, and let's exit. So basically, this is the end of the game. I have one more level to complete. It's the final level, and it's the boss battle with the Barons of Hell. Alright, here we go. Alright. I missed one guy, though. Uh-oh. I didn't miss a secret, did I? No, I didn't miss a secret. Alright, let's play the final level. So, this is the final boss. Well, not here, but we're coming up to it. And it'll be fairly easy. Oh! Oh, almost got them all. I think if you shoot to the left or the right, you'll kill them all. And this elevator only raises once. And there's a map. Here's the map. And I remember this level always used to scare me as a kid because of that star. It was just spooky. And I was 8 years old. It was spooky. Come on, who hasn't nightmare? Who hasn't had nightmares about the cyber demon as a kid? This is what I grew up with. I grew up playing this game, watching my dad play this game. Alright. A little bit ominous. Alright. And let's beat the final boss. The final boss is not actually a real boss. It's just two barons of hell. Alright? There are also, on ultra-violent, there are 2 specters in each corner. So there's 10 specters total. And you got to be careful with the specters, because if you fire rockets at the barons of hell, they will block you and you could blow yourself up. But we're almost done with the first episode here. Let me run out. And that eerie sound was the barons of hell waking up. It's hard to see with the speckled floor, but they're there. Alright. There's another one alive over there. Don't worry about ammo or health. There's more in the corners. Let's use up our rockets. Oh, missed them. And one more should do it. There you go. Alright. And when you kill both barons, a special event triggers and the wall... Oh, there's another one alive? Darn, I didn't even see him. There you go. And this area always used to freak me out as a kid because it's so big. I believe in Doom 1.9 you can... Oh, you can. This lowers the lift. That's a secret. But it doesn't count as a secret. There's a partial invisibility, but that actually hurts me more than it helps me, because I'm used to dodging the Baron's fireballs directly. I think a Baron can do up to 80 damage with one hit from the fireball. And he will melee attack you if you get close. Alright. Here is the evil portal that leads to the Deimos moon base, with an ominous rising staircase. And stepping through the portal... Ah! Ambush! There's nothing you can do. You die no matter what. So here's the endgame text. Once you beat the big badasses and clean out the moon base, you're supposed to win. Aren't you? Aren't you? Where's your fat reward and ticket home? What the hell is this? It's not supposed to end this way. It stinks like rotten meat, but looks like the lost Deimos base. Looks like you're stuck on the shores of hell. The only way out is through. To continue the Doom experience, play The Shores of Hell and its amazing sequel, Inferno. So something I didn't explain, the storyline of Doom is the Deimos moon completely vanishes from space. And we just found it by stepping through the teleporter, because the 2 bases had a teleporter link between them. So now we are stuck in an unknown place. We have no idea where we teleported to. Oh, look at this. MasterCard, Visa, and American Express. And I actually have the hint manual my dad ordered online. The Doom 1 booklet, which has a... the game came with an instruction manual. A basic instruction manual on how to play. But my dad ordered the booklet, which gives a detailed explanation on everything, and a walkthrough of all the levels and all the secrets, all the items. So that's going to do it for this episode. It's dragged on long enough. I'm going to continue playing some more old school Doom next time. I will play The Shores of Hell, and I'll show you guys some more features, some more weapons, some more monsters. And that's it. All you can do is quit. And it always plays a random sound. And that's it. This is the DOS prompt. Thank you for registering your version of Doom. If you haven't paid for Doom, you're playing it illegally. That means you owe us money. Of course, a guy like you probably owes a lot of people money. Your friends, maybe even your parents. Stop being a freeloader and register Doom. A big problem with games like Doom is you can drag and drop the directory back on old computers. Once you installed it once, you can copy it as many times as you want. Copy it onto a CD and give it to your friends. There was no CD keys back then. There was no online encryption. There was no program validation. So there was software pirates was a big problem in the 80s and 90s. You could basically just one friend could buy a copy of Doom and share it with 20 of his other friends. So God knows how many copies of Doom actually exist out there. But anyway, that's going to do it for this episode of Doom. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope I gave some of you guys a nice nostalgia trip and showed off the history of the world and explained how things were back in 1995. So that's going to do it. This is again DOSbox. You can download it for free. This is an old version. If you have Doom, all you have to do is download DOSbox, mount your games directory, and type Doom, and it will run just like this. So that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good night.